after much delay, here we are back again with the top 10 horror films of the year 2011. At number 10, we have a film called The Pact. Now, there's a few movies with this name. This one, probably the best out of all of them. It has some pretty cool creature effects going on for it. I didn't expect to like it when I first watched it, but it's kind of a secluded story that gets really freaky with the monster action in it, and I think it's really worth watching. Number 9, we have Some Guy Who Kills People. This is a story about a guy who runs a ice cream shop, or works at one, but he also may be killing people. It's got a little bit of a comedic side to it that some people may not appreciate, but it also has a pretty good twist at the end that might make the movie for most of you. Number 8, we have Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. Now, this is a movie that may be hit or miss for some people. Maybe it's because of my rural location, but I happen to think Tucker and Dale was pretty hilarious, and it's also a pretty smart movie if you give it a chance and actually pay attention to what's going on. Number 7, we have Insidious. Now, this is a bit of a classic horror tale where it relies a little bit, maybe too much on the jump scares, but it's really well done, and when something scary does happen, it does happen very well. So if you like stuff that may make you jump a little bit, Insidious is really a good way to go. Probably up there with Conjuring for 1A and 1B for the best pure horror haunting type films of the past 10 years. Number 6, we have a film that's pretty brutal. It's one of those I watched once and never wanted to watch it again. I'm talking about Kidnap, the old home invasion film from back in the day that just completely sucks the wind and the breath and the life right out of you when you watch it. It's so well done you gotta praise it, but then it's so brutal you kind of don't want to go back to it very often, but still good enough to make the list. Number 5, we had Red State. Now, this is a bit of a hit and miss one for some people. Kevin Smith's a bit hit and miss for most people. I liked him more before he smoked himself retarded, but outside of that, Red State really hit some pretty good little nods here and there. Plus, the ending is pretty solid. The characters are pretty solid for the most part. You can tell it's a Kevin Smith movie, but he really does the horror stuff pretty well, too. Number 4, we have Blood Night, The Legend of Bloody Mary. Probably my favorite Danielle Harris movie of recent memory, not counting the old Halloween films. It's got blood for people, it's got the vibe and the environment and the atmosphere, and it has Danielle Harris, so what can you go wrong with? Number 3, we have The Brutal Dream Home. Very bloody, very gory, kind of doesn't lag around, and it doesn't really take its time to get to the point A or point B. And if you like foreign films and you like blood and you like that violence that most foreign films seem to bring, you're going to really like this one. Number 2, we have the remake of Mother's Day, which is a totally non-trauma-esque remake of a film that was a very trauma-esque film. If you get what I'm saying, it's very well done, has good performances, but the story stays solid and it just keeps you there from start to finish. Way better than I thought it would be. At number 1, yes, The Human Centipede 2. This is a love it or hate it film. I happen to love it. I even love the Scream Factory color version that come on the box set to come out. It's not for everyone. It packs plenty of gross stuff, plenty of you know what when you get ass to mouth action, but still it's worth checking out to me, and I thought it was the best film of 2011. Got a lot of heat for it then, probably gonna get a lot of heat for it now, but that's The Human Centipede 2 full sequence.